Greil, a young human boy being trained by the Tritherion monks just south of the Kirin Empire. When our story begins, Greil finds himself lost in the desert with heat bearing down on him. As he looks around, it seems as though nothing other than sand for all as far as eyes can see. But luckily, he spots a camp. Greil then decides to walk towards it. As he gets closer towards this camp, he sees some of his fellow Turanian people. All of them seem to be mining, digging for something. He talks to one of these people that are digging, asking what is going on. The man says that ever since the war, they've been stuck here in this desert wasteland digging for what they do not know. Soon after, an orc comes out yelling, "Back to work!" Whips flying back and forth, hitting the man senselessly. But for some reason, the orc walks right past Greil without even noticing him. As he takes a further look around, he sees a woman in one of the nearby huts. The woman looks at him and says, "Could you be the answer to our prayers? That orc just there, it's almost as if you were invisible. Maybe you can save us." As Greil is talking to this woman, trying to get more information, everything goes dark. And then Greil awakens back at the monastery, still sweating from the heat of the desert, which seemed also real, but was nothing more than just a dream. Or was it? As Greil goes about his usual day, with his dream in the back of his head, he notices a fairly new monk recruit being kicked out of the monastery, but he does not investigate further. That night, he begins his usual routine of nightly meditation, whenever Zoa, the monk leader, enters the chapel and asks Greil if he has a moment. Zoa holds out his hand, and when Greil grabs his hand, Zoa immediately throws him down to the ground. And then Zoa says, "I know you have been watching us train. Even though you are young, you have done well and learned only by observation, which no other person has ever been able to do of our sacred arts. After your meditation, meet me in the throne room. I have a gift for you." Greil then proceeds and enters into the throne room. At the other end sits the Zoa, the leader of the monks. Zoa says, "As I've said earlier, my boy, you have done well in training only by observation alone. May I present you with these? I hereby declare you as an official monk of the Therion Monastery. I also have this." Zoa then pulls out a letter. "But as for its contents, that is between you and its author." Greil opens up the letter and it reads, "Greil, hello my friend. How have your days in the Tritherion Monastery been treating you? By this point I'm sure that you have realized that your self-training was gone unnoticed. Trust me, on these days you will need it. Keep your wits about you and keep that jewel close. Please, come and find me in the village Twill. It's to the south, just on the other side of the Windy Way. I have already instructed Zoa of the situation, just in case he does not relay this information. Make your leave of the monastery a quiet one. There are outside forces at work here, dark forces. It's too dangerous to leave information out in the open in the letter. Come and find me so we can talk. Spread the light, illuminate the shadow. Demayus." After reading this letter, Zoa tells Greil, "Walk with Tritherion, my friend." And then Greil leaves and heads for his journey down to Twill.